always we create the branch, always we work on the branches. We means developers. So because we are using currently Agile methodology, in Agile, yeah, so parallel development, in parallel development, always we create the branches. Always developers work on the different branches, right? Master branch, development branch, sprint one branch, sprint two, right? Hot fix, different branches. As per the project team requirement, we can create the branches and we work on the branches, right? Yeah. So today and tomorrow, we're going to work on this Git concepts. After that, we'll jump into Jenkins. Okay. Yeah. So today's concepts, four real-time scenarios, and also Git stashing, and also Git Git conflicts. Okay. Yeah. So far, any questions? Everyone created the GitHub account, right? GitHub account created in the everyone using the GitHub account, right? And also everyone practicing, right? Git workflow, branching strategies, right? First of all, we'll discuss about four real-time scenarios. After that, Git stashing and Git conflicts. Yeah. In four real-time scenarios, the first scenario already discussed, right? First scenario we already discussed, right? Which is scenario one we already discussed. When any developer join into the project, how can we give the KT? How they need to start the development? How they push the code to a remote repository? So these are all we discussed, right? I just want to recap that. Okay, quickly, I just want to recap. After that, second scenario, third scenario, both are very, very important. Interview questions also. Most of the interviews, yeah, so interviews are asking. Yeah, even last week also, one of the student attended the interview. Same questions. Yeah, he got the same questions. Okay, fine. I just want to quickly recap this scenario one. After that, we'll move to other scenarios. Okay. So when any new developer join into the project, what they will do, we give the KT, that is fine. So after that, they create one workspace and open the folder. Workspace is a folder. So inside of the workspace, they open git bash here, git init here to initialize the empty git repository. After that, very first thing, they need to pull the latest code from remote to local. On top of that, they need to start the development, right? Yeah. So now to establish the connection between local and remote, command here is git remote add origin remote repository URL, GitHub URL. Yeah. We can search here. So repository, click on this. Now these are the files already created, right? Now this repository we can integrate with our local repository. We can establish the connection between local and remote. Copy the link address, copy this remote repository URL and go back to git bash here. Git remote add origin remote repository URL. Now, once we give the remote repository URL, after that, next what we will do? Git pull origin to master. Now the code is pulling, right? Now the code is pulling. Yeah, now the code is pulled. Once we pull the code, now if you check ls, look at this everyone. This is the code, right? So on top of the latest code only, developer should start the development, right? Yeah, without pulling the code, without latest code, developer should not start the development. That is not recommended way, right? Yeah. Now On top of this latest code, developer started the development. Vi code1.txt, insert hi, this is scenario one, escape, save and quit. Now, after that, what we have to do? We need to add into staging, right? Git add space dot. Yeah, now it is added to staging. Git commit -m commit message. Now the code is committed. Once we commit the code, after that we need to push the code to GitHub. Git push -u origin to star. Now the code is pushing. This is the actual process every developer should follow, right? This we already discussed in the last session, right? Now the code is pushed. Now if you refresh here, code1.txt. So just now we push this code to remote repository. Clear, right? This is the scenario which we already discussed in the last session. Now, second scenario, third scenario, both are very, very important interview questions. Okay. Yeah. Next scenario. Second scenario. Same way, second developer joined the project. Second developer, scenario two. Second developer joined this project. Yeah. So we gave KT. We gave KT. Once we gave the KT, so after that, a developer started the development. Okay. Yeah. So first of all, they need to create one workspace. Scenario two, they need to create one folder. Open the folder. So inside of the folder, open git bash here. Now git init here. So he initialized it. Second developer initialized the git. Yeah. He initialized the repository. Workspace as a repository. After that, so next step, what is the next step? You need to pull the latest code from remote to local. So on top of that only, you need to start the development. So, but here, this developer, second developer, without pulling the code, he started the development. Without pulling the latest code from remote to local, he started the development. Vi code2.txt, insert, not pull the code, escape, save and quit. Right? So actual process is first you need to pull the latest code from remote to local. After that only, so on top of the latest code, you need to start the development. But here, this developer, so without pulling the latest code from remote to local, he started the development. In that case, what will happen? Right? Now is adding into staging. Git add space dot git commit -m commit message. Commit message we can give not pull the. Now the code is committed. So after that, he's trying to push the code to remote repository, for which what you have to do, what you need to do. So if you want to push the code from local to remote, first of all, what we have to do, connection required, right? So connection should be established. Yeah, git remote add origin to, yeah, so can give the remote repository properties. Just enter. Now the connection is established between local and remote. Once we establish a connection between local and remote, after that, so you want, yeah. Now he's trying to push the code from local to remote. So it did some mistakes here. It did some mistakes. What are the mistakes? Without pulling the latest code from remote to local, he started the development. After that, he added to staging area, committed the code. Now he's trying to push the code to remote repository. So what will happen? You can see here. Git push -u origin to master. It's getting errors. Look at this error. So these errors are entry questions. Okay. Yeah. Now rejected. Failed to push some references to remote repository. Updates were rejected because the remote contain work that you do not have locally. Updates were rejected because the remote contain work that you do not have locally. So whatever the work is available in the remote repository, that is not available inside of your local repo, right? So for which is getting fast forward errors. Fast forward errors. Yeah, this is entry question. Entry are asking, one of our developers is unable to push the code from local to remote. What could be the reason? Right? So what the error is facing? We need to ask them. What is the error is facing? Right? So he's facing fast forward error. Fast forward. Yeah. So we need to give the answer like yeah. So before adding the code, before start working on the development activity, first you need to pull the latest code from remote to local. So after that only you need to start the development. On top of the latest code only, you need to start the development. Otherwise, you'll get the fast forward errors. This is the answer. Clear, right, everyone? This is a very, very important entry question. Most of the interviews I observe this question. Most of the interviews. Fast forward errors. Without latest code, when developers start development, so when he add into staging and commit the code, so when he try to push the code to remote repository, definitely you get the error, which is a fast forward error. Clear, right, everyone? Here, we need to guide them. We should not involve into development part. We don't fix any issues. Okay. Yeah. So developer directly contact you. So I'm facing this issue. What can I do? First, you need to start the development. So on, yeah, first you need to um, pull the latest code from remote to local. So on top of that only you need to start the development. Otherwise, you'll get the errors and issues, right? Yeah, that is the answer. So we should not involve into coding part. Next scenario, third scenario, also very important. Same way, third developer joined the project. So we gave the KT, we gave the KT. After that, so he created the workspace. Scenario three, he opened the folder. Now he opened the git bash here. Now initialized as a empty git repository, git init. After that, so without, yeah, after that, what we have to do? What the developer need to do? First, you need to pull the latest code from remote to local, right? So without pulling the code, he started the development. Vi code3.txt insert, yeah, not pull the code, escape, save and quit. So without pulling the latest code, he started the development. Now is adding into staging. Git add space dot git commit hyphen m commit message, not pull the right. So once he commit the code, now he's established the connection between local and remote. Git remote add origin remote repository. Copy the URL, paste here. Now he's trying to pull the code. So in previous scenario, he was trying to push the code once he commit the code. Now he's trying to pull the code, right? So git pull origin to master. Now he's trying to pull the code. See here, look at this here. Fatal error. Fatal error. refusing to merge unrelated streams, right? So in the previous scenario, when he was trying to push the code, yeah, he got some errors, fast forward error, right? So once he commit the code, now he's trying to pull the code from remote to local. In this case, you'll get a fat error, refusing to merge unrelated streams. Understand, right? Yeah. So Git always check the commit IDs. If any commit IDs are available inside of the in your local system, local workspace, so it will not allow you to pull the code, will not allow you to push the code. First of all, you need to pull the latest code from remote to local. So on top of that only, you need to start the development. Otherwise, you get the fat errors and also fast forward errors, different errors. Understanding, right? This is the interview question. Interviewer asks you, one of our developers is unable to pull the code from remote to local. What could be the reason? What the error is facing? You need to ask them. Fat error, refusing to merge unrelated registries. In that case, yeah, without pulling the latest code, he started the development. He committed the code. Now he's trying to pull the code from remote to local. That is why he's getting the fat error. So Git always check the commit IDs. Already commit IDs are available. So here, if you check ls, already one commit ID is available. That is why it is not allowing you to pull the code from remote to local. Understanding, right, everyone? Clear, right, everyone? Scenario difference you understand, right? Second scenario, third scenario. In second scenario, what he did? Yeah, without pulling the latest code, started the development. He added to staging, commit the code. After that, he was trying to push the code to remote repository. So in third scenario, same way, yeah, without pulling the latest code, he started the development. So added to staging, committed the code. After that, is trying to pull the code from remote to log, right? So these are the two different scenarios. Next scenario, also very important. So clear, right, everyone? Online. These two scenarios you understand, right, everyone? Any questions here, anyone? Right. Next one. Next scenario, which is also very important. Next one also very important. Same way, fourth developer joined the project. He created the workspace, initialized as a initialized as a Git local, not Git local, local repository, folder, normal folder, initialized as a local repository, Git init. After that, yeah, without pulling the latest code, he started the development. vi code 5.txt. Insert not pull the right. So without pulling the latest code, he started the development, right? He added some code here. So this is not real code actually. It is a text file, right? For easy understanding, I'm creating a text file. I'll show you real code while working on Jenkins. I'll show you real code. Now he just added the file. He just added the file, right? So once he added the file, he realized that okay, first of all I need to pull the latest code from remote to local. Just added the file. Now is trying to establish the connection between local and remote. So how can we establish the connection? What is the command? Git remote add origin remote repository URL. Yeah. So he established the connection. He just added the file. Just added the file. After that, he established the connection between local and remote. So after that is now he's trying to pull the code from remote to local. So can he pull the code or not? the code will be pulled or not? Anyone? Anyone? In this case, the code will be pulled or not? Someone saying no. So yeah. Anyone? Any others? The code is yeah. If you're saying no, why you're saying no? Or else if you're saying yes, why? Yeah. So code there is no commit IDs. Yes, yes. We don't have code for the okay. Any other answers? Someone saying yes, someone saying no. Any other answers? So he added the file. Now he's trying to pull the code from remote to local. In this case, code will be pulled or not when we execute this command. The developer has no previous commit IDs. Yes, exactly. Yes, yes. Git always check the commit IDs. So he just added the file. He just added the file, no commit IDs. Yeah, if there is no commit IDs, what will happen? You can pull the code from remote to local, right? Yeah. Now git pull origin master. Now the code is pulling without any errors, without any issues, right? So the code is pulled. Once the code is pulled, on top of that, you can start the, you can add the commit IDs, you can modify the changes, whatever you want. Now, if you check here, ls is the code which we pulled from remote to log, right? Now is adding into staging. Git add space dot git commit hyphen m commit message clarify. Okay. Now we can push the code to framework repository. Git push hyphen u origin master. Now the code is pushed into a remote repository, right? So yeah, fourth scenario also very important. Okay. So entire ask you, one of our developers is trying to pull the code from remote to local. So before pulling the code, he started the development. Can he pull the code or not? In that case, we need to ask them, we need to question them. So yeah, already any committees are available or not? Committees are available or not in the local workspace. Okay, already any committed is generated or not? No committed. In that case, code will be put, right? So these are the interview questions. These are the three different important scenarios. So most of the interviews we are getting these questions, and also most of the time developers do the mistakes like this. Without pulling the code, they start the development. Yeah. So by the time, so when he tried to push the code without pulling the code, he started the development and he was trying to push the code to remote repository. In that case, you will get the fast forward error, right? So once he, yeah, another scenario. So without pulling the latest code, he started the development. After that, he established the connection between local and remote. He was trying to pull the code. In that case, he get the fatal error, refusing to merge unrelated histories, right? And also fourth scenario, which is he just added the file. After that, he was trying to pull the code. In that case, he can easily pull the code from remote to local. Clear, right, everyone? These are the important scenarios, real-time scenarios. Code 5 is there, right? We just pushed, right? Just now we push the code. See, look at this everyone. Just now we push this code. code file. It was not there. We just pushed that code file to remote repository. Clear, right, everyone? And yeah. Next concept is important concept, which is Git stashing. Git stashing. So these four scenarios are very important scenarios, and stashing also important, and the conflicts, Git conflicts also very very important. Okay. Next one, stashing. Git stashing. Next concept is Git stashing. What is stashing? Where we use the stash command in real-time projects, where a developer use the stashing, right? What are the importance of stashing? Let's try to understand. Yeah, stashing is nothing but, for example, so one of the developer, so developer A is working on front end UI. Developer A is working on front end UI. He completed 50% of the development. He completed 50% of the UI, front end UI, right? So middle of the activity, manager came and gave the new requirement. Understanding, right? So developer, one of the developers is working on front end UI, is designing by using HTML code, is designing front end UI, right? Yeah. So middle of the activity, manager came, 50% completed. He spent almost 15 days, right? Yeah. So manager came and he gave the new requirement, which is very important, very urgent, right? So you can hold that activity. You can take the new requirement, which is very important, very urgent. Once you complete the new requirement, again you can resume the old requirement. Clear, right? So manager came and is telling that new requirement is very urgent requirement. So you can start the new requirement. So this activity already 50% completed. You can hold that, right? So how can we hold that normally? So here two scenarios. First, yeah, first of all, developer you need to complete the old activity, old requirement. After that, you need to initialize the new requirement. That is one scenario. Or else, so you need to roll back entire activity and you need to initialize the new activity. Two scenarios. First, you need to complete the old activity and take the new requirement, or else, so you need to roll back entire activity and you can take the new requirement. These are the two scenarios. So without rollback, without completing the first activity, you need to start the new requirement. How can he? By using stashing. By using stashing, we can achieve that. So 50% of the development already completed here, right? So that activity we need to hold. The developer should hold somewhere, and you need to take the new requirement. So normally in the same workspace, if you initialize a new activity, what will happen? Mix and match will be happen, right? Already some work is going on the workspace. That should be completed first. Without completing that, if you take new requirement, what will happen? Some errors, conflicts, right? Yeah. So without errors, without conflicts, if you want to initialize the new requirement, so by using stashing only, that is possible. Clear, right, everyone? Understanding, right, everyone? By using stashing, you can take the requirements. You can hold the previous activity. You can take the new requirement. Once you complete the new requirement, you can resume the old act. Clear, right? So this is also very important concept. Interview question also. Interviewer ask you, so developer is working on front end or back end, something he will tell you. So he's working on front end API development, back end API development, or front end HTML UI. So 50% of the development completed. She got the new requirement, which is very urgent, very important. So how can he achieve that? How can he start working on the second requirement? How can he hold the first requirement? By using stashing only. That is possible, right? Yeah. Now let us go and work on this. You will understand. Okay. Stashing. So the concept you understand, right, everyone? Online. Last one, guys. We go clear them concept wise. Yeah. Stashing. Stashing. Now git bash. Open the git bash here. Now git init here. Now vi stash dot txt. Insert hi. This is stash test. Okay. Escape. Save it. Yeah. I added one file here. Now git add space dot git commit hyphen m commit message stash, right? So once we commit the code, also we can edit the code if you want to, right? So again, we just wanted to edit the code vi stash.txt. Once he committed the code, also you can edit the code. So insert something. Okay. So now if you check here, git status, the file is showing red color, means still development is going on, right? So just imagine that. So this activity 50% completed, development 50% completed, right? Now manager came and he gave the new requirement, right? Yeah. Now what you have to do? What you need to do? First, you need to hold the activity which is working on. You need to take the new requirement, right? How can he hold the current activity? Command here is git stash is the command. So currently, if you check the git status, the file is showing in red color. The work is showing visible, right? Now, manager came and he asked you to hold the activity. Just hold it, hold on that. So you can hold that activity, take the new requirement. In that case, what you need to do? So you can give the command git stash is the command to stash the activity. So once you execute this command git stash, enter. Now what happened here? Now if you check git status, nothing is there. Work is there, the activity is there, but it is not showing anything. Nothing to commit working tree clean. So the activity, the front end UI, HTML code, whatever he developed, that is available in the local repo, but it is not showing because we stash. Stash means we freeze that, right? Now we can take the new requirement. You can complete the new requirement. After that, you can resume the old requirement, right? Now, VI. So he started working on the new requirement, right? VI VI new requirement dot txt, for example. Okay. Enter, insert hi. This is my new requirement. Manager gave. Okay. Escape, save and quit. Enter. Now, once he complete the development, he can add into staging. Git add space dot Git commit hyphen m commit message. Commit message. New requirement. Right? The code is committed. Once you commit the code will move to remote repository. You can push. After that, from remote repository, it will move to Jenkins, right? Yeah. So new requirement completed here. Now, if you check Git status, nothing is there. Initialize the new requirement, he completed the new requirement. Now we can resume the old requirement. How can he resume? Git stash space pop is the command. Git stash space pop, pop pop, to resume the old requirement. Enter. Look at this everyone. So now stash.txt is available. Now we can check here git status. Now it is showing stash.txt. This is the previous requirement. Now what he can do? This is already 50% completed, right? He can add into staging, and he can adding into staging. Now we can commit the code. Git commit hyphen m. Once complete the development. Once complete the 50% development, you can add into staging and you can commit the code. Git commit hyphen m commit message. Now the code is covered. Understanding that everyone? If you check git status, yeah. So previous activity also completed. Clear, right? Yeah, this is a very, very important activity, right? Clear, right, everyone? Online. Any questions, and anyone? Online students? Anyone having any questions? Yeah. Venkatesh, you can ask your question. If you have any question, you can ask. You raise your hand, right? Voice is not clear. Can you speak louder?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Yes.
Sir, in real-time scenario, for how many developers one DevOps engineer assigned, sir?
Yeah, depends project to project. Okay. So in our previous project, 8 members, DevOps engineers. Startup companies, 2 members, 3 members, like that. So very small companies, very startup companies, only one person also sometimes. Okay. So most of the MNC companies, minimum 4, 5 members minimum. Okay.
Suppose if there are 3 or 4 projects going on in a team, like 100 members.
Mhm.
So for 100 developers, maybe there are some testers, some developers, some other technology guys also. So in that situation, how many DevOps engineers assigned, sir?
Yeah, 100 developers and testers and big size team,
Big
right?
site, yes.
In that case, yeah, that is I'm saying here. So in our previous organization, in Capgemini, nearly okay, nearly DevOps engineers, DevOps and cloud engineers, nearly team size 8 members, nearly. So few people they used to handle cloud platforms. Few people they used to handle Jenkins. Few people they used to handle Kubernetes. Few people they used to handle Azure, like that. So MNC in MNC companies, the roles will be divided, right? Startup companies, we have to do all the outputs, right? How to change master branch name to main branch? Master branch to main. Why we require master to main? Main to master can change. Main to master can change. Just Google it. You will get the steps. It's very simple. Venkatesh. Just Google it. It's very simple, very easier. Change the main to master. Master to main don't change. Master to main don't change. Main to master can Google it how to change main to master, main branch to master. We get the steps. We can try. So if you are facing any issues, definitely I'll show you. Okay.
Sir, one more question, sir. While we pulling the code from the remote, so all the files are getting into local, sir. So if you want any specific file,
No, that is the thumb rule actually. That is the thumb rule. The branch data should be pulled into local. So entire data on top of that
okay,
only they need to start working on the developers. So one file, two files, not like that. So latest code should be pulled into local. On top of that only developers should start the development. That is the thumb rule. Understand?
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Next concept, which is a very, very important concept, which is Git conflicts, how they get the conflicts. Developers, how they face the issues, conflicts. Okay, let's try to understand here. Git conflicts. What is conflict? Anyone? What is conflict? Conflict. So, for example, three developers are working on the same requirement. Three developers are working on same requirement, same development activity. Developer A, developer B, and developer C. So three developers are working on the same application development. Yeah. These three developers, what they are doing, they work on the coding. They are preparing the application. By the time, what they did here, so for example, developer A is working on master branch. For example, we have three branches here. This is master. On master branch, developer A is working. So he added one file which is conflicts .txt. So he added one file, conflicts.txt. In this file, he gave the value, x equal to 5. Okay, developer A. Developer A is working on, yeah, branch, developer A is working on master branch. Okay. So this scenario, try to understand the scenario, which is very important. Second scenario, second developer. So we created one more branch, which is development branch. Development branch. First branch is master. Second branch is development branch. So in this development branch, developer B is working. Developer B. So once we create the new branch, what will happen? Once we create the new branch, what will happen? Anyone? Once we create the new branch, anyone, what will happen? The master code will get right. Exactly. So whatever the latest code is available on the master, that will be replicated to the new branch. So in the last session we discussed. Okay. So once we create the new branch, whatever the latest code is available on the master, that will be replicated to the new branch. Right? Yeah. Now the same data is replicated to the new branch. Is the same data. The same data replicate to the new branch. Now, developer B, what he did, he modified the code here, x equal to 10. We modify the code as x equal to 10. In the same file, we modified the code x equal to 10, right? Now, we created one more branch, which is a hotfix branch. So on hotfix branch, developer C is working. Developer C is working, right? So once we get the hotfix branch, what will happen? Same data will be replicated to the hotfix. Which data will be replicated? This one or this one? Master branch data or development branch data? Anyone? Master branch data only replicate, because from master only we have to get the new branches, right? So the same data will be replicated to the new branch, right? Here developer C, what he's doing, he modified the code as x equal to 15. He modified the code as x equal to 15. Okay. And yeah. So developer A gave the value x equal to 5, developer B gave the value x equal to 10, developer C gave the value x equal to 15. Three developers are working on the same requirement, but they gave the different values, right? Now, developer C, he merged the code from hotfix to master. Once he merged the code from hotfix to master, what will happen? This will be updated. This code will be updated to x equal to 15. This code is updated x equal to 15, right? So first branch will be allowed. Second branch, when he try to merge, will get the conflicts. Okay. So first branch is allowed here. Second branch, this developer also is trying to merge the code from development branch to master. So in this case, we'll get the conflicts. This will not be allowed. Only first branch will be allowed. Second branch merge will not be allowed by Git. Okay. You get some conflicts. Conflicts. Okay. So whenever developer get the conflicts, they directly come to you. I'm unable to merge the code from development to master. I'm getting conflicts. Okay. So by the time what we have to do? So wait for 2 minutes. I'm checking. So we need to check that by using the tool, which is Git merge tool. So when we install configure Git along with the Git merge tool also installed. By using that Git merge tool, we can check the conflicts. We can, yeah, just we can check the conflicts and we can showcase. That's it. Should not involve into the coding part. Should not fix the conflicts. Clear and so always we need to guide them. We need to guide them. So we should not involve into development part. If you involve into development part, if any commitments are generated on you, on your name, will be pointed. Issue will be escalated, will be pointed. That is why. So we need to be very careful in the development projects. Okay. So we should not involve into coding part. Should not commit the code as a DevOps leader. Okay. Yeah. Clear, right? Scenario is clear, right, everyone? Online. Any questions here before going to work on this? Anyone having any confusions, any questions? Scenario, you understand, right, everyone? Now let us go and work on this. Create one workspace, which is conflicts. So open the workspace. Now here, git bash here, git init. Currently, I'm in master branch. On master branch, developer A is working, right? Vi conflicts.txt. Insert I. This is conflicts test x equal to 5. We give the value x equal to 5, right? Escape, save and quit. Now, once you save the file, now is adding into staging git add space dot git commit hyphen m commit message, right? Once you commit the code, now second developer for second developer we created the one branch here. What is the command to create the branch? Anyone? Git branch space branch name. Git branch name development. Now the branch is created here. Now, if you check git checkout, or if you want to check the branches, git branch is the command to check the branches. Now, look at this everyone. Master development, two branches, right? Now, if you want to switch to branch, if you want to switch to the new branch, git checkout, new branch name, which is development branch. Now I'm in development branch, right? Yeah. So now if you check here, ls, same file is available. Now cat conflicts.txt. Now look at this everyone. Same value available, right? Whatever the values available on the master branch, same value available on the development branch also. Clear, right? Now is modifying the code. Developer B is modifying the code. Vi conflicts.txt, open the file. Now insert x equal to 10. He modified x equal to 10. Escape, save and quit. Now is adding into staging git add space dot git commit hyphen m commit message. Dev changes, right? Yeah. After that, now third developer joined into the project. Third developer also started working on the same requirement, right? So for which what we will do, git checkout master, go back to master. Now from master branch, I want to get a new branch. How can we get a new branch? Git branch hotfix. Enter. Now git checkout hotfix. So in the hotfix branch, what is the value? What is the file? What is the value available? 5. Same value. Whatever the data is available on the master, that will be available, right? Now if you check ls cat conflicts.txt, look at this. Same data is available, old data. Now is in a hotfix branch, right? Third developer is modifying the code. Vi conflicts.txt. Now is modifying the code. Insert x equal to 15 he gave. Value, third value. Okay. X equal to 15. Escape, save and quit. Now, this developer, third developer, is trying to merge from hotfix to master, right? So git checkout. First, we need to check out from, sorry, check out to master first. Okay. Yeah. Now, third developer is trying to merge hotfix to master, right? How can we merge? Git merge hotfix. So currently on master branch, what the value we have? X is equal to, okay, just a minute. Git checkout hotfix. Okay. So first we need to, yeah, git log. Okay, only one committed is there again. So what we did here, we modified the code in hotfix, but we did not commit that. We need to commit that, right? So now here git add space dot git commit hyphen m, yeah, hotfix changes, right? So now, yeah, the branch that is committed. Okay. Now git checkout. Now if you check ls, you check the data is x equal to 5. On master branch, the data is x equal to 5. On development branch, what is the value? Anyone? Yeah. Cat config.txt x equal to 10 on development branch. Now git checkout hotfix. So on hotfix, x equal to 15. So three developers are working on the same requirement, but they gave the different values. Look at the same one. On master branch, x equal to 5, right? On development branch, x equal to 10. On hotfix branch, x equal to 15. Three different values. Now, developer C, third developer, is trying to merge the code from hotfix to master. So git checkout first. Git checkout to master from master branch is trying to merge git merge git merge hotfix. So when he merged the code from hotfix to master, the code is merged. The code is merged. In master, what happened here? In master branch, what happened? The code is modified into x equal to 15. Now, if you check in the master branch, cat config.txt, look at this variable. Now it is updated, right? In the master branch. Earlier it was x equal to 5 in the master branch. Now it is x equal to 15. Clear, right, everyone? Now, second developer also is trying to merge from development to master. In that case, we'll get the conflicts, right? Now, git merge development. Look at this one. Automatic merge failed, fix the conflicts and then commit the result. Now it is not merging, right? Now if you check the file data, same data, old data is available, which is x equal to 10. We already merged hotfix to master, right? The 10 value is there. So not 10, 15. 15, right? So look at this. Don't confuse here. So in the master branch, already we merged hotfix to master, already merged. So value is x equal to 15. Now, development to master, when you try to merge, now it is giving conflicts, right? So when I try to merge development branch to master, second merge, it is not allowing. Why it is not allowing? Why it is not allowing? Because already master updated here, already one value is updated here. This value already updated here. This value is not there here. If you have value here, definitely that will allow you to merge, right? Yeah. Now is getting automatic merge field, fix conflicts and commit the result. So developers, they directly come to you. Okay, so unable to merge the code. So we are getting these issues, what we can do, right? So wait for 2 minutes, I'll check it out. We need to tell them, wait for 2 minutes, I'll check it out. Okay, so here we need to use the command. What is the command? Git merge tool is the command. By using this command, we can check the conflicts, whatever conflicts are available. Command here is git merge tool. Just give the git merge tool. That's it. Enter. Now it is checking here. Now it is checking. Enter here. Look at this thing. So once you execute the git space merge tool, it is checking and it is giving the errors. So one of the developer gave the value x equal to 15. Second developer gave the value, this value. And one more developer gave the value x equal to 10. Three developers are working on the same requirement, but they give different values. So when they try to merge, first branch will be merged, second branch will not be merged. Second branch will get the errors and issues. In that case, you need to use the git merge tool and we need to open and check this issue, check this, and we need to send the screenshot to respective team. Understanding, right? So developers, what they will do, they force you to merge. Anyways, you open already. Anyways, you open already. So you can merge x equal to 10 is the correct value. So if they ask you to merge, can we merge as a DevOps engineer? Sometimes so. Senior developers, what they will do, they force you to merge the code. They force. By the time we should not involve into the coding part. If you involve into coding part, definitely you will be pointed. Just we can take the screenshot and send it to the respective development. So these are the errors. You can check it out and you can fix. Clear, right, everyone? Any questions, Sandy? Before going to next concept, any questions, anyone? Anyone having any questions? So these concepts are very, very important, and a few more important settings I'll show you in GitHub. Important settings which are very, very important. Okay. Yeah. So in GitHub, normally in GitHub, we always work on, we always use the master branch as a default branch. In GitHub, we always use the master branch as a default branch. Understanding that? In GitHub, we always use the master branch as a default branch. Okay. But sometimes developers, what they will do, they change the branch as development branch as a default branch. They change. So here, look at this. Everyone. These are the branches available, right? What are the branches? Master, development, hotfix. Master is the default branch, right? So if you want to change development branch as a default branch, how can we change? Sometimes developers they change. Sometimes, how can we change? Okay, let's try to understand here. Go to branches, not here. Go to settings. Go to settings, branches. Yeah. Now, here, go to branches here. Click on branches. Currently, master is the default one, right? So if you want to change as a, if you want to change as a default branch as this one, which is a development, what we have to do, look at this. What is this? Master. Default branch is master, right? So I'll show you one more time. So click on branches. After that, click on settings. Once you click on settings, now default branch, master branch, right? Now here there is a symbol to switch another branch, to switch another branch. Now I want to change default branch as a development, for which click on this, switch to another branch. Now change the branch name, development, click on update. Now it is asking, I understand, update the default branch as development branch. Update. Now it is updated. Now it is updated. See here, look at this again. Development branch is the default branch, right? So once we modify the default branch, it is asking you to compare and pull request. Now it is asking you to compare and pull request, right? So means here development is now default branch. That is why development branch should be primary branch, right? So development branch should have the latest code. That is why it is asking you to compare and pull request. Click on this, create pull request, merge pull request, and confirm merge. Now it is confirm. Clear, right, everyone? Understanding, right? Yeah. So normally default branch should be master only. Sometimes developers they modify. Okay. So here I just want to change again, change back to default branch as master. Okay. Default branch is master. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah. Next one, few more settings, important settings. For example, normally in real-time projects, every repository is having one owner. So this is repository, our repository. So in real-time projects, every repository is having one owner. Owner should be developer, right? That owner is living from the project, is living from the project, is resigned. That repository owner is moving from the project. In that case, how can we nominate one more guy, one more owner? How can we add? And also, once the project is completed, how can we take the backup? How can we archive the project, this repository data? And also, currently we are using public repo, right? Public repository. How can we convert into private? Public to private, private to public. How can we convert? And also, how can we delete the repository? Four important settings. First one is owner change. How can we change the owner? Second one is how can we delete the repository once complete the project? Third one is public to private, private to public. How can we convert? Right? How can we take the backup? How can we archive the repository? Four important settings. Okay. Now click on settings. Click on settings. Scroll down here. Scroll down. Complete scroll down. There is a danger zone. Look at this area. So here, change visibility. Change repository visibility. Repository visibility. Currently, we are using public, right? If you want to change to private, you can change visibility. Look at this. Change to private. So public is free of cost. Private is not free of cost. If you use the private repository, if you want to change to private, it will ask you to provide the credit card information. Normally, in real-time projects, we always use the private repositories only. Private repositories are more secure. Public repositories are not secure. So public repository is free of cost. Private repository is pricing, right? So you can click on change visibility, change to private. Okay. Yeah. Next one. Disable branch protection rules. If you want to disable the protection rules, you can click on the disable. Next one. Look at this, everyone. Transfer ownership. Every repository is having one owner, right? That owner is living from the project, is resigned. So by the time, how can we change the ownership? Click on transfer. Look at this. Choose an owner. Choose an owner. Click on this. You can choose the owner name. And you can understand transfer this repository to the new owner. Understanding, right, everyone? Next one. Archive this repository. Once the project is completed, we can archive the data. We can take the backup, right? Delete this repository. If you want delete the repository, so click on delete this repository. Whatever the repository we opened, this repository, if you want delete, go to settings, go down here. Here you can delete the repository. These are the important settings, danger zone. So we should not touch this real-time projects. Okay. Yeah. So interviewer ask you logically. So one of our senior developers is living from the project. I want to change the ownership. How can we change? How can we change? Go to settings, go to danger zone, and we can transfer the ownership, right? And also, project is completed. I want to delete the repository. How can we delete the repository? Go to settings and go to danger zone. Click on the delete this repository, right? Or else, so I want to convert private repository into public repository. How can I convert? Logically, they ask these questions, interview questions. Go to settings, open the GitHub account, go to settings, go to danger zone, click on change visibility. Understanding right, everyone? These are the important interview questions. Okay. So today we worked on what are the concepts we discussed today? Four real-time scenarios, right? Which are very, very important. And Git stashing, Git conflicts. After that, go to change default branch as a development branch, right? From master to development branch, development to master. And after that, how can we change the ownership? How can we convert public to private, private to public? How can we delete the repository? How can we archive the repository? These are all very, very important concepts. So make sure everyone practice. So practice miss out. So make sure everyone should practice this concepts. Okay. So if you understand this, you can easily handle the developers in real-time projects. Right? Clear it, everyone? Any questions on anyone? How to give approver roles? Approver roles. Someone asking. Yeah. Deepak. Which approver roles required? Which approval roles required? Who can only merge? So normally we should not directly we should not merge the code. Developer should not merge the code. They will not have any permissions. While merging the code, that will go to the lead. Lead should accept that. Pull request is the right. We already discussed. Pull request. What is the pull request? Same approver is the approver. Pull request is the approver. He will verify that and he can give the approval so that they can merge. Clear, right? Any other questions, anyone? Any other questions, anyone? Any other questions, anyone? Online? you have any questions, you can raise your hand. I give you unmute so that you can ask your question. Or else you can ping in the chat. Fine. So make sure everyone practice these concepts. These concepts are very, very important concepts. Tomorrow, we'll discuss about Git rebase. First concept is Git rebase, cherry pick, and Git, Git tags. Git tags, and also one more concept is which is difference between Git and SVM. Four concepts are there. So with that, we are going to complete the Git. Okay. So after that, we'll start Jenkins. Okay. So day after tomorrow, we'll start Jenkins. Yeah, Abdul, go ahead. You can ask your question. I gave unmute. You can ask your question, Abdul.
Sir, is there a way we can restrict the pull requests? By restriction, I mean like we do a verification that an associated Jira is present in the system. Only then it should be allowed data pull requests.
Normally, developers they cannot merge the code. That will not be allowed by Git. So when they want to merge the code, they need to raise a pull request, right? So
Yes.
always lead verify that. Once lead is approved, then only that will be merged. That is the action process. So if they merge directly, what will happen? When errors are there, issues are there, what will happen? In the code will be merged. Errors will be merged. That is why, so directly they cannot merge developers. Lead always check the lead always check and approve. Then only they can merge.
But are there any plugins available to validate validate the
Some third-party plugins are available, but not required basically. Third-party plugins are available, but not required actually. Okay. So lead always monitor that. Right?
All right.
Yeah. Venkateshwarlu, go ahead, please. Venkateshwarlu, Rabula. You can go ahead, please. If you have any questions. Or Venkateshwar Reddy, you can go ahead, please.
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Whenever we raise the pull request, we add approvers, right? Before
Yes.
merging the pull request, so like we'll set some rules like it should has one approver approved it. So
Yes.
how can we set those rules?
Yeah. So normally, rules no need to worry about that. Okay, don't confuse. Here we are using free time. Here we are using free time. Okay. So normally, the tools by default configure, right? So that automatically move to the respective approver. He will take care of that. He will allow you to, first he will review the code. So that is developer page. Okay. That is developer page. So he will review the code, he will approve for that. So that we means developers. Developers, they can merge the code. Okay. So nothing to worry. Don't need to worry about that. Okay. So that will be, we are using public repo, right? So in public repo, some restrictions. Okay. So if you practice this, you'll get all the KTs, right? If you are a developer, we are not developers. Okay. So make sure everyone practice this, right? These concepts are very, very important concepts. So tomorrow we'll discuss about Git rebase, cherry pick, Git tags, and also difference between Git and SVM. Fine. Yeah, we can stop here. So if you are, while working, while practicing, if you are facing any issues, you can take the screenshot and post it to the group. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all.